Okay, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. You can view this tub and anything else I have in the YJ or CJ if that's what you're looking to use this on. Okay, so just to back up there, this is a YJ tub, and it is a lower grade YJ tub, and I will tell you why that is. It needs some repair work on it. It's not so much a rust, although it has a little bit of rust, but not terrible. And most of it's definitely fixable, but there's some other issues with it. But anyway, so 87 to 95 is what this thing will work on, bolt on, and then it will also adapt pretty easily to a 76 to 86 CJ7. That's kind of the new thing to do with these YJs, because the aftermarket tubs are junk. So this is a much better quality tub if you're going to use it on a CJ and you don't have any other options. I happen to have a CJ tub at the moment, but it won't last. They're really hard to get. It's in good shape, but anyway. So without further ado, we'll go over this thing. As if you were here in person, we'll start up here with the cowl. Nice clean cowl here, no hail damage, anything like this. This is the guy that obviously runs your windshield frame down. This is beautiful. That's excellent shape. This is part of the reason I'm listing this still, and when I get to the issues, you'll see why. So all through here, the rocker, it's got a little bit of a ding here under that rocker, but not too bad. Up through the driver's side wheel well, outside wheel well area, this is good. I'll lift it up here in a second and show you that. That corner, nice and solid. Tail light and the gas filler will come off. And then here's where the issue begins. So the rocker underneath the tailgate here and then there has been popped. These pop rivets or welds, whatever they're called, has completely come off, and then it's starting to separate here. So this is normally welded in place. So that would need to be brought back up, and it actually, when it's flat on the ground, it's actually sitting to where it could be welded back in place there. And then that there, obviously you want to pull the seal up and then re-weld and probably do a little bit of L bracket, a little bit of fab work there to reinforce that, put it back. So that really is the main thing that this tub is desperately needing. There, the corner is actually okay. It's got a little bit of a ding there on it, but otherwise that corner is pretty solid looking. And then this guy here, another really bizarre thing. This had, if you notice, fender flares were huge on this thing, and this perfectly covered this, but it's perfectly blown through, and that's about the size of a $50 hole here. Starting to be a little one here. Good news is it's accessible. It's all flat, and it's easily accessible front here and all the way in the back. So not a boxing area to fix. So that guy there's some Bondo in here. More than likely, this is probably damaged at one time, and then instead of preventing rust, painting, whatever they should have done, they Bondoed over it, and then it just eventually ate itself out, because otherwise the thing's actually pretty clean. The lower rocker guard for passenger side, it's got a little bit, same thing here, that was covering up, but the rocker guard below the door is in excellent shape. And then passenger side cowl area, again up through here, it's all nice. This is clean, no rust. And then the firewall, nice and clean. So we'll talk about the floorboards. Let's start at the back end here. Both roll bar bolts will need to be extracted. Those are both broke off, so this guy and this guy, those are pretty easy to do. What I would do is just knock those out. You can reach up from the bottom and give a better reinforcement there anyway, and get rid of the Torx that are in there, or put something a little bit more stouter than those Torx heads. Same thing on that side, so those will both need to be either knocked out or you can extract them and reuse them. The actual trunk area is clean, but there's holes drilled all over. And I don't know, I think this thing had some speakers and amplifiers mounted in it, and they just kind of went haywire with it. So those you'll probably want to fill those in. There's a couple raised up here, and then a couple over here for speakers that were mounted. So just to show you exactly what you're getting, okay? And then your rear floorboards are solid, and underneath the roll bars here are actually good. There's no holes here. This is an area they do rust out in, especially on CJs. And then that side's in good shape as well. And none of those are broken, I don't think. Let's see. Nope, those are all clean there. So nothing broken off there. That seat belt bolt then that's stripped out, so we'll probably cut that one off. Passenger floorboard, excellent shape. Tunnel, excellent shape. Okay, underneath the seat, and these are notorious to crack. Okay, this one's starting to a little bit here, but still pretty solid. The driver floorboard is starting to go, and it's not so much the rust, it's just this metal's thinned out. More than likely, this thing was probably without carpet and just sand and dirt, and it just becomes an abrasive, and you know, just feet sliding around and stuff. And the reason I say that more so than rust, because when rust gets in here, and there's definitely a little bit of rust in here, but when rust gets in here, it takes it out pretty quickly. And this looks like more of just, it's thinned out, and you can start seeing where it's seeping through at these bottom torque pockets that are about on the bottom here. These are where the reinforcements are. So I would definitely get that addressed, probably just reinforced, and go from there. Let me lift it up and show you the bottom of it. So we're mainly concerned with rust on the bottom. That makes these jobs a little harder. So the center, other than having lots of dirt, is actually really clean. Coming on back to the rear. Here, this is above your fuel tank. This is your frame mount above your fuel tank, passenger side, driver side. Those are both in very good shape. This is that whole lip that's kind of broke down. Both of these will need to be extracted. If you have a good one of these are often not rusted out. This might be an area that you just cut out and replace, and fix this, because it is folded down. Although the box itself isn't that bad. If you bring that back up, fix the tops, both of these corners, this you can start seeing the crack here, and then extract these. Otherwise, what a lot of people do is they cut into the side here so they can get into this area and just put a different system in here. And this will allow you to fasten back down to your rear frame. Okay, this is your torque pocket along your driver's side. That one's gonna wanna be pulled, otherwise cut it off and bring it out the back end here. Okay, this one here is in good shape. So that's a good area because that's all boxed in. It's a little harder to get into that one. And then this guy here is your front one, and that's actually in good shape, so you don't have to mess with that. Although if you did, pretty easy to do because you can get into that one. And then this one's passenger side, that one's in good shape. I got something in my eye. Okay, oh shit, this one. So that one's right there. That one's in good shape for your middle one on your passenger side. And then that's the same as the other side. It's got a broken bolt in that one as well, so that would need to be extracted. Your fender well up through here, okay, nice and clean, no rust in this area. Again, that area is clean. We see that from the top side. I don't know if I talked about that. They had, this thing was like a driving boom box. So you'll probably want to fix those where they had speakers, or you can put speakers back in them. Now it's the same on this side. So clean through here, solid there, all through solid, okay? So for 1,500 bucks, considering that a normal grade A tub is 3,500 and sometimes more than that these days, you're still getting quite a bit of a Jeep here that somebody can easily use, especially if you're in the East Coast and whatnot. So that's 1,500 plus shipping, plus freight, of course. And there's a crate that we usually do. This one you may not opt to have it crated just because it has a little bit more beat up. That'll save you some money for sure on freight. So otherwise, give me a holler, 303-666-9020. Again, that's 303-666-9020. And our website again is partsbreakers.com.